Hi, I am so honoured to be here with you, looking at how do we overcome negative self-talk. And the key thing I want to share with you today, this is like revolutionary, this. We live in an inside-out reality, not an outside-in reality. And when you land this as your experience, it changes everything, because it takes you from powerless to powerful. Now, when I had my near-death experience, the very first thing I was aware of was I knew that it was like, wow, well, I'm not my body, because I was out of my body, but I was still aware of myself. That same aspect of self that I'd always been aware of, no matter what age I was. I expect you know what I mean, right? It's unchanging, isn't it? It just always feels the same, that part of self. And then I proceeded to be floating into this gorgeous light and just pure unconditional love and peace. Oh, it was amazing. Words will never ever do it justice. And then chose to come back and then face all the things actually which were in the way of living, you know, with that love guiding me instead of what we would call fear, right? So the first message I had was there is love and fear and everything in between. And you can choose either to create from, and you're unwittingly choosing fear, like individually and like collectively. We're in this soup together. So I have this model of mind that I want to share with you today, because it really helps us start to see and understand just what is going on. And it's so powerful. So this came from a chap called Dr. Thurman Fleet in 1934. And he was a medical doctor who was interested in our psychology. And he said the trouble with the mind is it's invisible. We can't see it, and we think in pictures. So we need a model to help us understand. And then he drew this stick man. And so in the mind here, we have two aspects of the mind: the intellectual mind, the conscious mind, the educated mind, all up here, and the feeling mind, or the unconscious mind. And our division here, obviously, we're looking 50-50, but we know, don't we, that usually it's sort of said that 5% is what we're conscious of, and that 95% is unconscious to us. And then it's what's in the unconscious mind here that feeds into the body. And then the body, the energy in the body, the vibration, the feelings, they create the actions, and the actions create the results. But what we have to realise is that is coming from in here. And then this gets programmed, if you like, with stuff. So we have, he said, if you imagine you have like 5 little antennae coming up off your head, and this is what you see, hear, smell, taste and touch in the world of physicality around us. And that comes in to the mind, and then we're sifting and sorting, and things are going from the conscious mind to the unconscious mind, and then, like we said, into the body. Now, why is it important to know that we can't think greater than we feel? What you are consciously aware of is often not how you behave, is it? It's called the knowing-doing gap. You know, when you know something, it's like when you start and I'm going to really do this hobby, and then you just fall off the wagon, or, you know, this fitness thing, or eat well, or whatever, is because this intellectual mind is not really what is driving our behaviour. And our behaviour is the key thing, because that is the actions that we're taking which lead to the results. And so the behaviour is driven from the unconscious, the feeling mind, and the link with the body. So it's driven energetically, vibrationally. So if in your unconscious mind you have this idea, for example, that you are not worthy or not deserving, that's what I see a lot, that's what I had. We have this deep idea that we're not worthy and we're undeserving. We are going to sabotage our good stuff and we're going to talk negatively to ourselves, because that's what we really believe about ourselves. And here's where the powerful bit comes in, is in order to transcend and escape this trap, we need to open up to something else. And so what he also said was, coming in here consistently, is something greater. Source energy, God, source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, that pure, I think it's this pure, unconditional, loving presence. It's just amazing, you know, that I met in that near death. That energy is also consistently available to us. But here's the thing. We are powerful in that we get to decide, and the minute we decide something, then the mind goes all out to protect it, which is why you cannot think greater than you feel. Because if you don't feel deserving, you cannot think your way to being deserving, which is why commonly like affirmations don't work and we just get frustrated because we're just on this level. So we're stuck here on this level and we can't try to think our way out of the problem, and it doesn't work because what we need to get into is the energy. This is how we create true like revelation, resolution, expansion. This is how we do it. So this is what I'm excited to dive even deeper with you on our Inner Critic to Inner Champion Masterclass and explore it even more. Like how do we access this so that we can change that energy, which then shifts the energy, which then opens up the mind, and then we truly can think differently instead of just living on repeat. So I can't wait to see you on the Masterclass. So much love, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.